did you see the Tizzy one with the woman at the park? Look at this shit. It's this one. Okay.
Did you call him a child? Did you call the child the word?
Yeah, spoiler alert. While I censor it, she uses that word in this video multiple times.
Dude, she called the kid an N-word, a kid on a playground.
Rochester, Minnesota is where this happened. There's a man, we'll just say that he is not white, right? He is at the park with his children. He sees this woman start berating a little black boy, calling him the N-word, and he confronts her.
Did you call him a child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him a Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's you dumb.
Nobody digging through your
A little kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a
Yeah.
The little child?
What if he acts like one, he's gonna...
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, and the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a
Huh.
Dude.
Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
God help us.
Dude, we'll see what the internet has to say about you. But dude, this is what we're getting from Trumpism, guys. Okay? This is where we're at from Trumpism. Now, I mean, shit happens on, at the playground. Kids behave like idiots when they're 5 years old. I mean, it just happens, right? But he kept his cool. Yeah, it wasn't his kid. So he was pretty chill. He was just a bystander there that watched that go down. It probably would have been different if it was his kid. I imagine there may have been a little more heat to this. But what's crazy about this is sort of the age of Trumpism. This is where we're heading, right? I mean, we see it on Twitter, right? We see the R slur came back. Then the F slur is now at home on Twitter. You got people like Melanie Mack, who says the F slur every other day because she gets thousands of likes on Twitter. People are bringing back the F slur. They're bringing back the T slur. Okay? And now, dude, the N-word's not far behind, man. It's like they're dying to say it. MAGA is dying to say it.
She claims that other child took her son's belongings. That's what kicked this off. The guy who recorded the video is familiar with the other child. When he brings his children there, that child and his siblings are often there and play together. The kid she's going after has autism.
It's an autistic kid.
He doesn't behave in a neurotypical way. And even if he didn't have autism, nothing he could have done would justify her calling him slurs and pursuing him physically.
Yeah, no shit. Like, if the kid takes your toys, what you do is you go find the kid's guardian and you say, hello, like your son's taking my kid's stuff. And then you bring the kids together and you try to work it out, right? You know what I'm saying? But like, dude, what are we fucking talking about?
Which is what she says she was doing before this guy intervened. He said after he stopped recording, she sat down, hurled more slurs, told him and his wife that they should leave the country, and then got on the phone and acted like she was calling someone to come down there and handle things. Fortunately, no one came.
Whatever that means.
She packed up the
Jesus.
child and left. But this woman is a danger to children. She doesn't need to be on a playground or around other kids. And she has at least one child of her own.
Dude, can you imagine what her kid goes through? Like, can you imagine what happens to the kid when that kid, like, pisses her off? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when that kid pisses her off, like, she's fucking mean.
Which is also concerning. So Rochester, Minnesota, someone do me a favor. Take a close look at her tattoos. You can see her face clearly. Someone, please, tell me who she is.
Oh, shit, bro. Let's see what we got here. Did we find her? Oh, is this it? Shiloh Hendricks? Is that who it is? Dude, and she raised $180,000? There's no fucking way, bro. Of course she did. Of course she did, bro. Dude, that is fucking psychotic. Dude, $213,000. That's insane. Dude, that is insane. She calls a 5-year-old the N-word and she gets rich from it. Like, how? Dude, think about that. I mean, this is where we're at though, guys, in America. Like, this is like super disturbing that that's where we're at, where you do this shit and you get rich. And now she'll probably end up having she'll end up being on a right-wing fucking podcast, right? Bigotry, straight up. She called a 5-year-old the N-word and people are donating money to her. Dude, isn't that nuts? That is nuts. Now, what's crazy about this though is like, I wonder what the hate speech laws or whatever are like, or if there are any in Minnesota, if she could be sued, right, by that kid's fucking parents. But dude, this is so grody. This is so grody. Dude, it's like, this is where we're at though. There was a time when this wouldn't be the case, but racism is like out in fucking force, man. It is out in fucking force right now, guys. Just brutal. This is in Minnesota. My name is Shiloh, and I've been put into a very dire situation. I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old son's diaper bag at a park. I called the kid out for what he was. Another man who we recently found out has a history with law enforcement proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. He then posted these videos online, which has caused my family and myself great turmoil. My social security number has been leaked. My address and phone number have been given out freely. My family members are being attacked. My eldest child may not be going back to school. Even where I exercise has been exposed. I am asking for your help to assist in protecting my family. I fear that we must relocate. I have 2 small children who do not deserve this. We have been threatened to the extreme by people online. Anything will help. We cannot and will not live in fear, is what she says. And then here's somebody who says something about whites were harmed in New Zealand and they're done with being threatened, assaulted, and attacked because they're white. Dude, the racism is off the fucking chart, bro. Yeah, I know. This recent donation is so gnarly, right? Look at these donations. White countries are being flooded by brown people, right? These donations are so fucking crazy. They're fucking using the fucking slurs basically in here. Dude, it is definitely that type of shit. Absolutely. Dude, crazy. Anti-Jewish shit. Dude, no, it's GiveSendgo. And what's crazy about this though is with all the shit in there, like, how can GiveSendgo even, like, I think we should contact them because there's a bunch of people using basically slurs in that thing. I think everybody should contact GiveSendgo. Oh, so yeah, no, you know what it is though? GiveSendgo is a conservative one. It is. Dude, yeah, but no, look at this. Okay, look at their thing. You ready? So we had a public launch party in 2015. We saw steady growth, worked tirelessly behind the scenes, year after year, running the race in obedience and with persistence, waiting for the day it would take off. Little did we know God was just preparing us for the plans he had for us. At the end of the summer of 2020, during the middle of the pandemic, we watched as GiveSendgo was thrust into the political spotlight for allowing a campaign that the mainstream media had shut down and was censoring. Unbeknownst to us, we had stepped onto a battlefield and had to take a stand. After much prayer, discussion, and counsel, a decision was made. GiveSendgo was created for such a time like this, not to take one side or another politically, but in the middle of a divided political culture, we were to be focused on the very reason we started it, to share the hope of Jesus through crowdfunding. So yes, it's a Jesus crowdfunding. So that means you can be a bigot. You can use the N-word on their platform and they're cool with it because they support the fucking bigots. They support the white people who use the N-word. The Jesus people, guys. Wow. Oh, shit. So, right? So there it is. It's a Christian crowdfunding website. So let's see what happened in 2020. You can't fundraise for abortions or gender transitions, though. Right? Oh, there we go. Oh, so they're not about freedom if you crowdfund for an abortion or a gender transition by a minor. And so it allowed Kyle Rittenhouse and the rioters from January 6th. So it has attracted controversy for allowing far-right extremists to fundraise, including neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and hate groups. So there you go. There it is. Crazy. Kyle Rittenhouse raised over 250 grand. So yeah, it started with 100,000 and she keeps raising it. Look at what it says here. It says, some people online have called her a civil rights icon comparable to that of Rosa Parks. Jesus, dude. That's where we're at, right? Dude, don't tell me that Christianity ain't toxic, guys. Because it is, dude. American Christianity is so toxic. It is so toxic, bro. Like this more than anything, guys, is exactly what Trumpism is. Okay? This is the main force of Trumpism. I mean, you have to notice that Trumpism, okay? Trumpism uses right? It's DEI, it's CRT, right? It was woke, which was a term that was used by people of color. All right. The racism has been a central tenet. It rose up right around the Barack Obama being president. And the thing about it is, I know that there are, non-racist Christians, but that doesn't really matter, right? I mean, there are people that live in towns where the KKK is operating that aren't KKK members, but they exist, they coexist, and they share space with those people without doing anything about it. And so that's the problem that American Christianity has, is American Christianity and evangelical, the moneyed Christianity, all those mega churches are now horrifically racist. The politicians are using Christianity in America with horrific racism, and a whole bunch of non-racist Christians are voting for these fucking people. So they're complicit, right? All of the Christians in America are complicit in this until they stand up and stop voting for those racist people and insist that they fucking leave their Christianity. It's called being complicit. Right? It's like the idea of good cops. There's no such thing as a good cop because they don't stand up and protest the bad ones. They just let them and insist that not all of them are bad. And that's the problem we have is the power structure of Christianity. The biggest churches, the biggest evangelical billionaires, the evangelical people in our government are deeply, deeply racist. Our fucking president and this entire administration is racist. And he got 77 million votes. Okay, so either 77 million people are fucking racist, just like he is, or 77 million people are okay voting for a fucking deeply troubling racist. And think about how many millions of Christians voted for Donald Trump that would say they're not racist, but they voted for a massive racist. That doesn't jive. It is hard to square that, man. There's no real way to square that. And that's one of the things that we have run into. That's one of the reasons why I believe right now American Christianity is just unacceptable, because it's allowing this. They're allowing that shit in their ranks. Okay? They are allowing it. They are complicit. And there's no other way about that. Now, the day we see congregations of churches that stand up and speak out about that, so then other Christians will leave that movement, but these people are wearing crosses and they're fucking getting away with this shit. And the churches are not speaking out. And that's a problem, dude. That is a fucking problem. Because we need large-scale churches, not individual Christians. We need mass amounts of churches banding together and speaking out against the racism and hate in the Christian churches in America. And then once that happens, Christians will then leave. But right now, most Christians are voting for the Republicans, and they're horribly racist, and they're horribly transphobic and xenophobic and misogynist and anti-immigrant, and they're anti-everything about Jesus. But most Christians in America are voting for Republicans. Look at this, right? The only group, we got black Protestants, right? But like, dude, Mormons, 75 to 25, right? White Catholic, 2/3. All Catholic is kind of a split, right? Black Protestants are the only people holding together. Look at the white evangelical Protestants. Look at this shit, bro. Now, again, I don't want to throw the whole religion under the bus, but again, until like churches speak out about this, you know what I'm saying? Until churches speak out about this, like banding together and creating a movement, they are going to be complicit and they're going to be held responsible for it, as they should. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.